The second truth is that powerful people stay silent because silence forces others to reveal themselves. Human beings are deeply uncomfortable with uncertainty. When they do not know what you think, how you feel, or where they stand with you, many of them start filling the gap themselves. They talk more, they explain more, they reveal motives accidentally, they project assumptions, they become nervous, they test boundaries, they overcompensate, they try to win you, provoke you, impress you, or decode you. In doing so, they show you far more than they intended. This is one of the quiet advantages of silence. It shifts the burden of revelation onto the other person. Imagine a conversation where someone is being slightly dishonest, slightly manipulative, or slightly performative. Most people ruin their ability to see the truth by speaking too soon. They confront immediately. They explain what they noticed. They make their suspicion visible. The other person then adjusts, edits themselves, and starts managing the impression they are making. Valuable information disappears, but the person who stays silent a little longer sees more. They watch the inconsistencies continue. They observe the pattern. They allow the performance to reveal itself. This is not cruelty. It is clarity. Silence gives behavior time to become honest. People often tell on themselves, not through confession, but through repetition. A person who is selfish eventually circles every topic back to themselves. A person who envies you eventually reacts strangely to your wins. A person who lies eventually contradicts their own story. A person who seeks control eventually begins testing your limits. A person who wants more access than they deserve eventually pushes too far. But you only see these things when you do not rush to interrupt them with your own explanations and emotions. Carl Jung wrote extensively about projection, the human tendency to place inner material onto others. Silence intensifies projection because it gives people less direct evidence, a more psychological space to imagine. This means a silent person often becomes a screen onto which others display themselves. The insecure assume judgment. The manipulative test for weakness. The arrogant try to dominate the space. The anxious rush to fill it. The performative try to entertain it. All of this gives the quiet person information. You can observe this in rooms everywhere. Put to people in a discussion. One is compulsively expressive, explaining every thought. The other is calm, listening, speaking sparingly. Very often, the expressive one starts revealing more than the topic required. They talk about their frustrations, their grievances, their fears, their ambitions, their self-image. Why? Because silence creates a subtle pressure to define oneself. Many people cannot resist it. This is why interviewers, interrogators, therapists, negotiators, and skilled leaders often use silence with precision. They ask a question, then they stop. They do not rescue the other person from the discomfort of answering. And because most people feel compelled to fill the gap, more truth emerges than a second or third question ever could have extracted. Silence also reveals character under pressure. If you do not immediately reassure someone, do they become respectful or demanding? If you do not instantly explain yourself, do they ask with maturity or accuse with entitlement? If you do not respond emotionally, do they calm down or escalate? These are diagnostic moments. Silence lets people show you how they handle not being in control of your reaction. And that is invaluable knowledge.